Hey, hi Shubham, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Okay, so can you brief me about yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Shubham Sharane. I am from Hyderabad. Presently, I live in Hyderabad. Basically, I'm from Karnataka. I studied my graduation in PSC with overall CGPA of 9.6. And along with my degree, I have studied some skills like studied some languages, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, Angular. That's all about me.
Okay, so you are applying this for this job as an experience or preference?
As I experienced.
Can you tell me what is the experience? So what is your role in your organization?
Sorry, but your voice is not clear. Uh, can you please ask again?
Oh, okay. So is it fine now?
Yes. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So just brief me about your previous experience. That is your job role. What was your role on daily basis?
Yeah, means like I have done the front end part using Angular, so deal with some projects. In that project, we have to create a login form first of all, and with the validation. And there are two types of logins: user login and admin login. There are For admin there are different modules and different pages, and for users there are different modules and modules with pages. And for users, for clients, for there is a product based company, and if this is for some parts of automobiles like solar panels, electrical parts, where a client want to purchase this, they can send their quotation with filling quotation form. We have created a form, quotation form, with validation, and they will send to the admin, and admin will send to the merchant. And merchant will, if merchant have the uh, that the product, they will directly, and if admin, they will directly send to the admin, and admin will send to the client with the amount. If client is happy with the amount, then it will directly communicate with the merchant. That type of web application we have created.
Okay, fine. That's great. So can you turn on your camera and
Yeah, sure, fine. Is it visible?
yes. So can
Okay,
you
fine.
just tell me what was the title of your project that you have done?
Title, actually we are not allowed to say that.
Okay, no problem. Okay, we'll start the interview process. So this will be in three phases. Like we'll be having some theoretical questions, then we'll do some output based, then we'll go move on to some tasks at the end. Okay, so if I ask you, so how much you will rate yourself in JavaScript and in Angular?
Yeah, sure. In JavaScript, I will rate myself 4 out of 5. In Angular, I will rate myself 3.8 out of 5.
Okay, that's great. So when we speak about the JavaScript, so JavaScript has divided the data type. Uh, so can you tell me how they have been classified?
In JavaScript, there are two types of data types, primitive data type and non-primitive data type. Primitive data types are string, number, boolean, null, undefined, and non-primitive data types are objects. Object in example like array, object literal, and functions is also an object. Also, we know that primitive data type holds value, but in case of non-primitive data type, it holds reference.
Okay, okay, cool. So we have a concept called hoisting.
Yes.
So can you brief me about the hoisting part?
Actually, hoisting is whenever we declare any declaration in a global scope, not only declaration, any declaration, it's like whatever available declaration of properties available in global scope, that hoisted towards the top of the page. Means if we are using where, if we are consoling it before the declaration, then JavaScript will search in upward direction, and if JavaScript does not find any kind of that declaration, it will check in the hoisting page. So if that as we know, in hoisting only declaration is hoisted, but not is initialization. So if it is available in hoisting region, it will send undefined.
Okay,
That's
okay,
the
fine.
concept.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So how do we declare a variable? So what keywords that do we have in the Java?
VAR.
Come again?
VAR.
Yeah. So we do have, so in ES6, I think we got two more keywords.
Okay,
So
okay.
can
In that
you
sense, we have three variable, VAR, let, and const.
Mhm. So which one you have used the most and why? Can you explain?
Yes, most of the time we have used let and const because it is introduced in ES6 after 2015, and also uh, the uses of using let and const, because it let and const create a block scope. Create a block scope, and we cannot redeclare let and const. In let we can reassign the value, but in const we cannot reassign. We use const when we know that we don't have to change its value, and as usual, it creates a block. Let and const creates a block scope. But in case of variable, uh, if suppose I am using a for loop, and I am using variable in that, and I can console it outside that for loop also, the value. But if you are using let in instead of variable, so whatever value it will available only in that for loop, in curly braces of that for loop, it we cannot access outside that for loop the value. So that's the benefit of using latent cost in now.
Okay. Suppose I have a variable named X, which is declared with let keyword, and I want to redeclare one more with the same name, that is X.
Mhm.
So how do we achieve that?
So we can redeclare that same variable in different scope, because in same scope we cannot, but in different scope we can redeclare it.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So we have uh, uh, techniques like call, apply, and bind. So can
Mhm.
you brief me about that?
Yeah, sure. Means like practically I didn't used that call apply bind thing, but theoretical I know. Call apply bind means like in call in whenever we function we call function with using call, it invoke the function with the specified this value with the initial argument. And in case of apply, same, but the argument is in the, it provides an array in the form of array. And in bind, actually bind creates new function, like functional expression. It creates new function, um, and whenever we call the bind, provide the specified value to the it provides the value to the specified value, specified this value, and argument is optional.
Okay, okay. So in JavaScript, like we use objects and arrays a lot. So when we create an, so can you differentiate between the object and array?
Object, we store value in the form of key value pair. Actually we store multiple value in the form of key value pair.
Mhm,
In array, we can store multiple data in the form of on the basis of index number.
mhm.
And in array length is always greater than index number by one.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell me what is a function?
Yeah, function is a block of code uh, that repeatedly actually it helps a repetitive task in one go. Function it defines by using function keyword. It takes parameter uh, it takes parameter, and whenever we call the function, we have to assign that parameter as an argument. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's only the function.
Okay. 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 Fine. So we have a function like a function expression.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a function expression? That is.
Yeah, see, it is simple. Like whenever we write a functional expression, we store that functional expression in a declaration, and
Mhm.
we call that declaration
Okay.
if
What
argument
is the benefit
required.
of like declaring a function into another? I mean, you are saving into the variable, right? So why do
Yes.
we do that?
Yeah, as we said, whenever we declare a function in a variable or declaration using let and const, we cannot call that function before that initialization. Means
Mhm.
like if we write a function, means like function means like in a traditional way, we can call that function before writing the function also.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So what is this first class function?
Yeah, first class function means a function which we can store as a value.
Mhm. And first order function?
First order function. I know that, but I'm not recalling it right now.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. No problem. So have you ever used an IFI?
can you repeat again?
IFI, immediate
If
invoke.
function, not much. Means like on the practice time only, but in whenever I'm doing a task or something, on that time I never used.
Mhm.
I know if function like it will immediately invoke function whenever we write function. We execute that function immediately when we write.
Right. 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 So, oh, okay. So you have not used that, right?
Yes.
Um, yeah. Okay. Fine. So if we use let keyword, we have a concept called TD set. So can you tell me about that?
Okay, temporal dead zone. Suppose I have written a function and I have declare a declaration. For example, let a is equal to 10. If I am consoling that declaration before that line, and also I am declaring also I'm consoling that variable after the declaration. Whenever I call that function, so that let whenever initially the function when the function start, that variable that let that declaration a is in a temporal dead zone until and unless the declaration a is executed.
Mhm. Okay. So suppose if I am accessing a variable with the let keyword before its initialization,
Hmm.
like so what will be the output that I will be getting?
It will throw an error
Okay.
because it is present in a temporal dead zone.
Okay. Mhm.
Whenever function start on that time, that declaration is not that declaration is means like not executed, and it is in temporary, so it will throw an error.
Okay. So what happens if I access a function before its initialization?
uh, Accessing a function before initialization.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a function. The
Mm-hmm.
function uh, it's a normal function. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, normal function.
yes, I'm accessing it before it's initialized. Yeah? So what will be the output? I think.
It will be the same, I think. It will be the same. It will throw an error.
Okay.
If the function is in traditional way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. What is the concept of function in the hoisting? Like, will it get hoisted?
Yes. If the function is in a global scope, yeah, it will host it.
Mhm. Oh, okay. So, we have a concept called closure. So
Mm-hmm.
can you tell me what is this exactly?
Yeah, it's a simple concept. Whenever we return a function in another function, the inner function will create a scope. That scope is known as lexical scope. Uh, and whenever we uh, call the outer function, the inner function as we know, the inner function can access all the parents properties. So the inner function can expose all the data of the parent property outside its own scope. So it will expose in the global scope. That's the concept, the closure concept.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So, what is the benefit of that? I mean, why we use this closure concept?
The benefit is like I can tell I'm doing is like I will give an example. I am doing a task. So in that I have written a function, but I need that the data outside that function uh, to supposed to show in the UI. So in that case, I can use closure concept. So as I can write a inner function and return that function, so I can access all the parent function outside that function. And
Okay.
I will use templating and show it in UI.
Okay. Okay. So, coming to this ES6, so ES6 has given some features. It has added some, I think, higher order functions, right?
Yes.
So, we do have some and every function, right? So, can you brief me or differentiate between some and every? Uh,
Mhm. Actually, yeah, sum and every.
yes.
mm, in some higher order function, actually, so basically the in both higher order function returns boolean value. And in some, suppose some as per the condition, it checks each and every element as per the condition. If any element satisfy means like it checks each and every element who checks the element who passes this condition. Once that element found that it is present, then it will give a true value and stop the iteration. That's the sum. And in every, it iterates each and every element, that it will the every header function will make sure that each and every element should satisfy with the given condition. If any condition is not fulfilled with the given condition, uh, it will return false.
Okay. Okay. So, can you share your screen? I am sharing you one code.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes. So, I have texted you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in this, uh, if you see, the output should be like now we have some repeated elements in the array. That is, A
Mm-hmm.
is coming 4 times, B is coming 3 times. So that you need to show the output as it is in the line number 5.
Okay.
Okay. So just try it. Take your time. Okay, Shubham, you need more time or I will skip this one?
It's like need some time.
Okay, okay, fine. Then. Okay,
Yeah, I would like to skip this one.
okay, okay, fine, no problem. Okay, just try it after the interview.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 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 So we have a concept called chunked array. So can you tell me about what is this chunked array?
Yeah, chunked array. In chunked array, we will convert the array into means like in chunked way. Means like
Mhm.
four as in separate. It's like if we have a array of numbers, so we can convert that array in four numbers like 1 2 3 4. Then next 5 6 7 like that.
Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So I have sent you one code. Just paste it and don't check in the browser in the console. Just let me know what will be the output.
Mm, oh, it will X is not defined.
Okay. So it will be okay.
Shayad undefined.
So can you differentiate what is not defined and undefined?
Uh, Not defined. Undefined is a data type. Not defined is an reference error.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, I think that first one. undefined.
Okay, so undefined. So it's showing as undefined. So can you,
Undefined.
yeah, so can you explain the block of code of that, why it is showing undefined?
Okay. Okay, this is variable. It is hosted in global scope. In global scope, only declaration is hosted, not the value. That's why it is showing undefined, and it is a variable also.
Okay, so okay, so I have shared one more code. Just comment the this code and
Mhm.
copy this one and send you.
Uh, okay. I think it is declared in this functional scope.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and yeah, it is not going the global scope. It is declared in functional scope, and
Mhm.
it is a variable. Yeah. The next one, okay, this one, right? Shit. Console.x. Okay, this is 5. X not this. This will be console console scope data value measure. Before the line instance to error देगा after the line तो हाँ ठीक है undefined. Can I check it? Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 5 undefined.
Okay, so 5 and undefined. Just go to the code 42 and 39. Okay, so 42, 5, 39 is undefined. Okay, so if I call this function before its initialization, like 43, just call it on 34, 34, or like comment the above function as well. Okay, so what will be the output now?
Okay. It will be the same.
It will be the same, right? Okay, so but we are calling this function before its initialization. So what is the technique behind this? Like you can access the function.
This function will means it is in global scope. It is a traditional way of writing function. We can initialize it before writing also.
Mhm.
If we are writing in a functional expression, so it will be throw error, like who is not a function, something like that.
Mhm. Okay, okay, perfect. So I have one more code. I have sent you one more code. Just comment all those things and copy this.
Okay.
Mhm. So uh, can you tell me the output now?
Yeah, sure. Who is called? Mm, Here, first answer is foo is called. The next one, I think, ah, okay, ओके निकल जाएगा हिप मेमोरी से। हाँ, नहीं वेरिएबल चला जाएगा। हु इज नॉट ए फंक्शन, means like next one it will throw error, but it will throw it is a declaration
Mm-hmm.
and we write it as a function, almost like something like who is not a function, or it will throw an error, I'm sure about that, not a function,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Shall I
Okay.
check?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, who is not a function.
Okay. Great. 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 Okay. So, I'll send you one object. Okay. So, in that, just first you copy it. In this case, if you see, we have supplier in the supplier details array. We have some objects. So in that, I need the ID of the supplier details who is notified is true. So we have two objects, that is ID1 and ID3. Okay,
Yes.
in that, so those in that, so that key value here, that is value is true. So these two objects ID I need, I mean ID1 and ID3. So can you achieve this?
So in result I have to show the ID.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So need more time.
I got the result, but here I am just getting undefined.
Okay. So can you tell me why we are getting there undefined in the
Maybe
code?
because of map.
Yes. So what does that do? Map will do.
It will iterate each and every element.
Yes.
Uh,
So it will be applied on each and every element. And if he is not getting if it does not satisfy that condition, so it will return the undefined value. So
hmm.
instead of map, could you go with another any other?
Yeah, I will uh, try with filter. Yeah. It is returning an object.
Okay, you can try this later. So you're almost over there. Do let's uh, go with the other question. So what is event bubbling and event capturing?
Event bubbling is like if we are applying any event on an element, and that event triggers whenever we trigger that event, it will triggers as well as on its ancestors or parent element.
Mhm.
That is event bubbling.
And capturing, event capturing.
Event capturing is like mm, okay, event capturing is whenever we apply event on any element, uh, uh, so JavaScript will travel from the root element to the targeted element, document object in as a document object model. It will travel from the root element to the targeted element to capture it. That process, event capturing, it's a process. It will travel from the root element to the targeted element.
Okay. Okay. So what if I just don't want to do this like event bubbling or event capturing? So what can it be done? Prevent this.
To prevent uh, I don't have such idea. Means like practically, I didn't go through to how to
Okay.
prevent it.
So we have a method called prevent default. So why do we use it? So have you used
Yes, yes.
prevent?
It's a sub in submit event I have used.
Okay.
It refresh the pages.
Uh-huh. So you mean to say what does this do? Prevent default. I mean,
It will prevent the default behavior of submit event.
okay. Okay, so coming to this, when I think, so you are working on the Angular project. So in this, in the Angular, like you will be using TypeScript, right?
Yes.
Yes. So can you tell me what is this TypeScript?
TypeScript is the superset of JavaScript. TypeScript comes with some special powers. It prevents type-related errors. Sorry to interrupt, but I just want to tell that I got the answer here. 1 3 in
Okay.
array.
Oh, okay, fine, great. Yeah.
And yeah, that TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. Also,
Mm-hmm.
uh, in TypeScript, mostly we use class,
Mm-hmm.
and also it prevents type-related error.
Okay.
And that's all I know.
Okay, fine. We have like most of the times we use interface. So can you tell me what is the interface?
Interface is like mm, it's like we are defining what type of data it is. It's
Mm-hmm.
like it is the data is of number type, or
Mm-hmm.
means like so if we apply that interface on any property or something, so only that kind of data is stored in that property, not other data we can store. So that's the use of interface.
Okay. What if like so I have an interface something like suppose I have a detail first name, last name, and age. So I have given string and number type.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for the first name, last name, and like I will be having in future, I may get some other value as well. Suppose I may so I may have an interface like the fourth key would be the children. Okay. So in case I may have or I may not have that. So in that case, so it's an optional one. So how do we add to that? So to get an
Mm-hmm.
optional.
Option not mandatory. We can create an interface for that, and we can write a question mark about that property. So it is like it may or may not be there. It will not disturb you.
Okay. Okay. So you said like TypeScript is it so like we have a classes, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So can you tell me like we have some OOPS concepts. So can you brief me about what features do we have?
Features in TypeScript.
Yes. So in the class base, when we are saying OOPS like object oriented, right? So can you brief me about the four steps or methods like encapsulation we do have, abstract or something?
Yes, yes. Abstraction is means like high details show essentials. Means
Mhm,
public properties and private properties. Public
mhm,
properties means as we can directly it will directly accessible on instance, and private
mhm,
property is not accessible on instance. That's the example of abstraction. And encapsulation means it's like it is capsulated. Uh, we cannot means like inject or means like it we cannot inject or remove any data from that. Like it is capsulated. I don't have any example to say.
mhm.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. So we know that. So coming to this JavaScript, we know that JavaScript by default behavior is synchronous. Right.
yes.
Uh, can you tell me how do we convert it into async, like or just differentiate sync and async?
Hmm. Basically, JavaScript is a synchronous uh, blocking. It has a blocking behavior. Whenever some browsers API, for example, like web storages, like fetch API, set timeout, these are the browser functions. Whenever this function comes, JavaScript changes its behavior to blocking to non-blocking. synchronous to asynchronous. Means like it does not wait it does not wait for that block of code or that function to execute. It will push forward to the next function. It and so That's the behavior of JavaScript. Means like basically it will wait until if JavaScript is synchronous, it will wait until the code is executed. But in asynchronous behavior, JavaScript will not wait until the code is executed.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So, you came across a word or a technique called promise, right? So, can you tell me what is a promise?
Promise is used to handle asynchronous operation of JavaScript.
Hmm.
Uh, so we can means like for any function means we can write a function in promise, so we can consume it outside the function
Okay.
using then and catch. By using catch we can handle errors, and
Hmm.
we can consume that data.
Okay. So, we have some states in the promise.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is like pending state, resolve, reject, uh, and all settled something. In pending step, like when the promise is created, it is waiting for the result. Resolve means like promise is successfully completed and it has the data. And rejected means the asynchronous operation is failed, and it has the rejected error reason. Also in all settled state, means like a promise is created, it means like it will be settled. The result may be resolve or reject.
Okay. Okay. So, I'll be sending you one code. Just copy it. So, what will be the sequence of execution of it?
Okay, sequence. Set timeout and promise. Set timeout is a browser API. It will go in as soon as possible. Console.log end. Okay, start. 2 seconds है. New promise. इसको कंज्यूम नहीं किया है तो इसको डेटा नहीं आएगा. Start and insert set timeout. Yeah, like this will be the output.
Okay. Start. Mhm.
Shall I check it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is yeah, promises also. Hmm.
Mhm. So what if we have in the set timeout the second parameter we have as time, right? So what if I make it to zero?
If I remove this time,
Yes. So make it zero.
uh, uh, the answer will be the same, I think.
So you are saying start and set timeout. Okay.
Just a second. Uh, it will go on micro task queue. Call the queue. Like is a macro task. Micro task is highest property. Yeah, it will be the same. Shall I check?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Fine. So, would you like to go with the Angular part, or shall we stop here?
I will be happy, but I'm not sure that I will answer all, but I will try my best.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so just now, so just brief me, what is this Angular?
Angular is a framework which provides some components, modules. And with the help of Angular, we can develop web application faster. It take less duration to complete the web application because it provides a structure, means like created structure, handed, means like in hand, so we can utilize in creating web application. Also, there are many benefits of using framework.
Mhm. So, what are the building blocks of Angular?
Can you repeat again?
The building blocks of Angular.
Building blocks.
Yes.
Building blocks. Never heard of the this term. But
Yeah, it's something like so we do have services, uh,
yes.
components. Yeah, so these are
Okay,
anyway.
come.
So yeah, so on which version you are working on this?
Angular 10 on 10th version.
Yeah. Okay, fine. That's great. So, do you know which is the latest version that is being launched?
Yeah, it's 17.
Okay, so can you differentiate between the current version and your 10th version?
Uh, just a second.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, in current version, we don't have Zone.js, uh, but in Angular 10 we have Zone.js, and also there is a store in Angular 17 uh, to catch the API. I'm not sure to catch the API, and also uh, there is something term like uh, for now I know these things. There is one more term, but I'm not recalling it right now.
No, no problem. No. Okay. Okay, fine. So just sure, like I'm done from my end. So do you have any questions for me?
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay, no. Yeah,
And
fine.
can I ask you something like, means like, how was my performance, and when will I get the feedback of?
Yeah, by end of the day today, like we'll get up.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
yeah, thank you. You too.